What's up, fuckers? It's conviction time. Now, it's been well over 100 days since Breonna Taylor committed the crime of sleeping while black in her home. Her killers are still loose on the streets, and I'm just wondering when something's going to be done about that. I read that things are still under investigation, but what in the hell is taking so long? Is there a secret skin color department, the Department of Justice, that we don't know about, and it's somebody's job to look at case files and skin tone colored swatches, and they compare the two to see who's worthy of what? Arthur, could you hand me my swatches for Taylor, Breonna? Ooh, looks like we're gonna need the chocolate mocha tones. You know, the ones that are frequently used for unjust police killings? Let's see here. Ooh, she is 3 shades too dark for justice, but she is just light enough for thoughts and prayers. So here's what we'll do. We won't charge the cops with anything. We'll send condolences to the family and maybe a cute little speech like, oopsie doopsie, it was the cops' mistake, but at the end of the day, she's black and we really just don't give a fuck. But then you look at the incident report and you're like, maybe this is why it's taking so long. The police report is damn near blank due to technical error. All it really says is the now dead girl with 8 bullet holes in her body sustained no injuries. Now, isn't it amazing that when someone like you or me commits a crime, everything works properly, all systems go, evidentiary support out the ass? But anytime a cop makes a mistake or commits a crime, anything that could convict them, like a body cam, a security cam, the whole system at the police department, everything seems to be on the fritz. It's about as useful as a fucking screen door on a submarine. And then there's people in this country that hear things like that and they go, oh, what are the chances? I guess we'll never know. Should we watch Deal or No Deal reruns, June? No, it's not a coincidence. It's called corruption. Police corruption and police brutality are real. We as a nation watched George Floyd get murdered in broad daylight by 4 police officers, and there were people in this country that didn't get outraged by it. Their first instinct was to go, now what has he done in the past to maybe deserve this? Could you imagine a mother just like, oh my God, the police killed my 10-year-old daughter. Someone help me. They killed her for no reason. And then someone walks up to her and goes, I hear what you're saying, but how many times did she have to go in timeout when she was younger? We actually did some investigating and we were able to obtain her behavioral chart from kindergarten. You know, the one that determines whether or not she gets a sad face stamp or a happy face stamp based on her behavior that day. Out of all the many days she went to school that year, she had a total of 5 sad faces. So it seems like she was kind of asking for it, if you ask me. If you are someone that hears Black Lives Matter and you get defensive and you shoot back with All Lives Matter, you're probably one of 2 things. Number 1, someone who's uneducated, it's just gone over your head and you just need to close your mouth and open your ears and see the light real fucking quick. Or 2, you're a fucking racist, plain and simple. Some of you sit there and say, well, one bad cop doesn't make them all bad. You're absolutely right, and you better hold on to your fucking KKK hoods because this is about to knock it the fuck off. One African-American criminal does not make all African-Americans bad. Criminal is not a skin color. Thug is not a skin color. And you know what else ain't a skin color? Blue. Blue lives matter. Police officers' lives absolutely do matter. But again, blue is not a skin color. Blue is not a sexual orientation. Blue is an occupation. You make the conscious decision to be a police officer, and if at any moment it's too much for you and you want to stop, you get to stop. You don't get to stop being gay, and you don't get to stop being black. If I don't open my mouth and you hear my faggy little voice, or I dress a certain way or act a certain way, you may not know that I'm gay, but black people don't get to hide what they are, and they shouldn't have to because there's nothing wrong with it. Black lives matter. And I know that not all cops are bad. There are good cops out there, but you know what? If you are sitting there and watching corrupt cops on your force get away with murder and you're not doing anything, you are just as bad as they are. And you are now living in a world where good cops have to suffer the consequences of bad cops. Stop throwing your badges down and your handcuffs down because corrupt cops are getting what they deserve. Be progressive. Join the movement. Show us who you are. Black lives matter. Breonna Taylor matters. George Floyd matters. Any African American that has been unjustly killed by police, there's so many, I don't even know all of their names. They matter. Breonna Taylor deserves justice. I cannot say it enough. I want everybody to have a great fucking day unless you are not outraged by Breonna Taylor's unjust murder.